And there's the motion. Canadarm2 backing away from the Express Logistics carrier, leaving it in the sure grip of the Space Shuttle's robotic arm. The first of the two handoffs of the Express Logistics carrier between Space Shuttle and Space Station arms is complete at 6:16 Houston time this evening, as is Canadarm2 moved away from the grapple fixture. The arm is left in the control of the Space Shuttle's robotic arm, which is being
and Houston on 2. We're going to start the N2 transfer. Understand it's just we start in step 3, both Steve and I, and it's 3 through 5.1 only.
That's correct. Steps 1 and 2 are complete.
We're now looking at about a 30 to 40 minute long procedure, a timeline procedure for the Space Station's robotic arm, Canadarm2, to change its base. In this view from the Space Station camera, you can see that the ELC-4 is being held there by the Space Shuttle robotic arm, the one in the center and right side of the screen. The empty end effector of Canadarm2 in the upper left-hand side. That is the end effector that is now going to be maneuvered around to the front side of the space station's truss structure, which is on the top side of the station, which is the bottom side of the current frame. In this camera view, it's going to be flown up to grapple the mobile base system that's up on the top, or rather the front side of the station truss. and that will become the new base of operations. Then the end effector that is currently holding on to the underside of node 2, which you can see in the middle left-hand side of the frame here, that end effector will be commanded to release its grip, and Mike Barrett and Nicole Stott will then fly the arm, now based on the mobile base system, to reach back here to the ELC-4 and once again hold on to that grapple fixture so that the shuttle robotic arm can let go, and then Canadarm2 can swing this up and install it on the truss on the underside of the S3 truss element, which is slightly obscured in our current view, but it is just behind where we see ELC-4 right now. That will be the destination, the installation point for ELC-4 on the nadir side of the S3 truss element. All the ELC-4 robotics procedures are moving along without any indication of any difficulties. Mike Barrett and Nicole Stott are controlling Canadarm2 from the workstation in the cupola module. Eric Bowe and Al Drew are flying the shuttle robotic arm from its control panel on the aft flight deck of Discovery. The operation got started about an hour and 15 minutes ago, a little after 5 o'clock Houston time, when Barrett reported that Canadarm2 was maneuvering in for a grapple. Unberthing began just before 5:30 Central Time. And the crew had the ELC-4 into position for the handoff at 5:51 Houston time. Shuttle arm moved in and grappled ELC-4 at 6:08. The release of ELC-4 by Canadarm2 was confirmed by the robotics officer at 6:14. And the arm began to move away from ELC-4 at 6:16. In the next 45 minutes or so, while Canadarm2 changes its base of operation, the shuttle arm will maneuver to put ELC-4 into the proper position in order to hand it back to the station arm after that base change is complete. In the meantime, inside the station, work is being done, as we see here at the airlock, where Steve Bowen is being assisted by some of the other crew members as they are getting spacewalking equipment set up. This roll of tube that is floating in the right-hand corner of the screen is actually attached to Flight Engineer Katie Coleman. Not only are the other crew members working to complete the post-docking EVA transfer configuration, but they are also setting